gonna be talking about for you guys. I hope you enjoy everything by Nicola Yu. This is a great book. I read it back in January. This was also a book that we read as part of the Reading Rib Setters. This is a Goodreads group started by Jess. Make sure to get on it. My official marathon called Ribsat. Between every single time we do that marathon, we read like a book of the month in the Reading Rib Setters group. It's just a really fun, motivating group that gets you reading. Everything was read in that group last year. I was so excited that that book was picked because I had wanted to read that book for ages. This was a very interesting read, very simple read, very easy going. Like, I breezed through this book. Like, some chapters are legit like this. Maddie is a girl allergic to the world. As long as she can remember, she has never stepped outside her house. Like, legit. She's basically told by her mum that she's allergic to everything. She can't go outside, she can't eat certain foods, like she's allergic to freaking everything. So imagine that. You probably think, oh, can she like touch other people? Can she talk to other people? She can't really touch people. Everyone that steps into the house has to be like ventilated. Like, they go through this machine that like legit for an hour they have to stand there and they're like wiped clean. But is she living a life? Soon she meets the boy next door and he's about to change her life forever. I really liked about it the simplicity. You know, this girl's whole world has been inside her house, staring out her bedroom window. And she's always so happy and positive, this character. You wonder, because usually if you would be in that state, if you were like locked away from the world, you think you'd be negative and a bit depressed. It's amazing because this character finds little things to do each day that just make her day and make her happy, and she's just in always real positive hopes. And that's what kind of really drew me to read more of this book. It was Maddie's personality because she was just so happy. The only thing I thought about this book was it was a big cliche when she ended up falling in love with the boy next door. And the boy next door is almost like the first boy that she's ever fallen in love with. So it had that cliche going on. Ollie had this really different, weird personality for a main guy character, and he was very kind of mysterious to begin with. He wanted to get her out, you know, he wanted her to experience new things. The person in this book that I disliked the most was her mum. Her mum just pissed me off so much, and she was just like most mums in YA books do for me now. I tend to, like, it reminded me a bit like the Finding Audrey mum, that kind of mum that I just can't stand. But all her first times and all the first things that happened in this book were really well done. If I was to rate this book, I'd probably rate it an 8 out of 10, just because maybe I would have liked more depth in it, and also the ending was just a bit breezy. It didn't really conclude for me well. The next book I'm talking about was given to me by the author, and that is The Oldest Soul, Animus, by Tiffany Fitzhenry, and thank you so much for the author for giving me this book. I fell in love with this book from the moment I read it. Amazing! If you know me, if you stuck by my channel, you probably know I have a love for Fallen, I have a love for certain fictional male characters, and I also really believe in reincarnation, and that is why I love and have a connection to the 1800s. Reading this book, because it is about reincarnation, I had a heart attack every single time something from this girl's past would be brought up, because I'm just like, that's like me. I love reincarnation. I do believe in it. I believe that we live again. I agreed with so much of the author's thoughts in this book about reincarnation that it was almost really freaky, and we have like this vibe going on through this book. This book follows Eve. Eve is the oldest soul on earth. She has lived 6,666 lives. She's old. She can't remember all her past lives. She doesn't even know that she's existed before. The general gist of this book, because there's a lot of different things going on, is that she always falls in love with this guy, which is her soulmate. But in this life, she ends up falling in love with the youngest soul, like the newest soul on earth, and that is Jew. So she's kind of like torn between the two. As that's going on, it's also kind of this end of the world apocalyptic theme. There's this like blood moon and weird tsunamis happening. I can't really explain it. You kind of have to read it. It's kind of a battle of the souls, because everyone now is also finding out how many times that they've lived. And when she finds out, you know, she's the oldest soul, there's this freak out. I'll explain again why I think the author's points on reincarnation in this book are valid. There's this thing that she has going that every single time that Eve kind of meets someone or walks past someone, they seem to really hate her. And that is because in every other past life, she has kind of caused some grief or she's done something bad to them, and they can't necessarily remember. It struck me thinking that some people in this world, like, I don't like, and I don't know why I don't like them. Now it like makes sense with what the author wrote, that maybe I don't like them because they may have caused me something in the past. So I really love how you can have more than one soulmate, and I really believe that, because I believe that we meet everyone again, but we meet them in different forms, and they come back in different forms. At the very end of the book, she has this thing where she marks like new souls and old souls and how many lifetimes that they've lived, and give them like a definition. When that happened, I was reading and it freaked me out, and it freaked my mum out because we were reading. Tiffany's really categorized and really studied the personality and behaviors of every single person to mark like where they are in terms of how old their soul is. She has this thing called guardian souls, and they're like the people that look out for people, like the nurses, the firefighters, the social workers. And then she has like people like, you know, politicians, and where they would rank and how old their souls are. My mum and I were like reading this, and we were thinking, oh, your points are so valid. And then I'm thinking I'm a sage soul, and then mum's thinking she's a mountain soul, and my grandma's thinking she's a guardian soul, so we're all thinking we're different kinds of souls. I think Pascal's a gypsy soul, which means that he's possibly lived 1 to 50 lifetimes. With people's personalities, you can really start to match them out, because, you know, some people are more attracted to the old ages than they are now, and some people really love modern, and you think, ooh, why is this? Like, why are you more attracted to the past than now? It's really interesting, and yeah, I think she has some valid points about reincarnation. And another thing that really struck me, it's her definition of a star soul. Star souls are very important. They're not of this world, have never been and may never be. Star souls see everything through fresh eyes. They lack their attachments brought by lifetimes of lessons and learning the ways of Earth. Abraham Lincoln is an example of a star soul. They bring revolutionary change. Souls that only live once but change the world, like a bit like Michael Jackson. And I don't know, like, just her thoughts are very valid. So make sure to just pick up this book if you love reincarnation, okay? Because I could just go on and about this book. Like, seriously. I hope you enjoyed my reviews today on these two books. Make sure to get on them. They're both white, so you can remember this review. I am Miranda. Thank you so much for watching. See ya!